So what I'm about to share with you guys is going to show you how to make money off of clients that can't actually afford your services. So if you need to pause this video right now, then go ahead and pause it. Go ahead and grab your notebook and your pen and get ready to take some notes because this is an absolute game changer. I'm putting you guys on and I'm about to share my screen. But before I do that, what do I mean by people who can't afford your services? You pre-qualify them using the pre-qualifying script that I give you. That way you should only be spending maximum 15 minutes. And by the way, that's a long time. You should really be finding out within the first 5 to 10 minutes if that person is a buyer or wasting your time. They're a tire kicker. They're just asking a bunch of questions. So I don't want this to be a long video, but again, I just want to kind of set the stage and help you understand when you would even use this. Now, after you pre-qualify them and you get into your sales pitch, you go over the credit report, for whatever reason, you can't close the deal, right? You practice your objections, it just didn't work out. Now, that doesn't mean because traditionally you would just say, all right, cool, I'm on to the next call, right? You hang up with that person, they're broke, they don't got no money. But now you can take their credit report. You could take their My Free Score Now credit report. And if you're not already an affiliate, I can help you with that so you can make some extra money. My point is, you take that credit report, you upload it to the software. This specific software is going to check for now, everybody, well, maybe you haven't. Some people watching this have heard of FCRA, and because of the laws, rules, and regulations that are put in place, if you find a discrepancy in the credit report, right, a reporting error, well, you can actually send it over to a lawyer, and the legal team will sue the collection agency, or they'll even go as far as suing the credit bureau, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. And then once that case is closed, guess what's happened? Your client gets paid a minimum of $1,000 up to 2,500, sometimes even more than that, depending on the reporting issue. And then you also, in this scenario, the way I'm teaching you how to do this, you get paid $400 per client. And that's, by the way, that's the minimum. Sometimes, depending on what the reporting error is, you might even get paid more than that. But the bare minimum that you're going to get paid is $400. So now those clients that, again, let's say you're charging $1,500 for credit repair, they can't afford a payment plan, just bad timing. They just, again, they can't afford your services. If they have any kind of errors or discrepancies on their credit report, and you don't have to be an expert to find this out. So if you're brand new to credit repair, like, don't feel overwhelmed. That's exactly what the software does. So let me show you to make it easier, guys. Hold on. So I'm going to share my screen. All right, so now we're looking at this credit report. Well, technically, all I did, and I kind of skipped the part where I type in the client's name, phone number, email. I skipped all that. That's just data entry, right? Now that we have the credit report uploaded to Credit Butterfly, I want to click on where it says credit summary. Where it says credit summary, we want to see if there's any violations or discrepancies in any of these sections. So I'm going to click on where it says personal information. That what we're looking for is literally a red flag. Okay, no red flags here. Good. Because again, the system does all of this for you. I'm not an expert in finding these kind of violations. That's why this software is so amazing, because it does all of the hard work and discovery for you. Go boom, right here. You see how it says FCRA violation? When I click on this, let's actually find out. So you can view the entire account information. And this is red, right? So that's where the violation is. But let's find out why. So now I clicked on this button right here. Hold on, where's the see last? Okay. All right. So now I clicked on this where it says view previous dispute. So this will tell you the reason is for the CARES Act student loan. And it says the late payment is inaccurately reporting because my loan was in automatic deferment under the CARES Act. So again, that is a red flag. It is a compliance issue and it's reporting incorrectly. So what does that mean? This is the interesting part, right? This is where now we can tell the client, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Client, you actually have a potential discrepancy on your credit report. So we're going to submit this to our litigations team. That's the verbiage that we like to use. We're going to submit this to our litigations team. They're going to be contacting you to get everything in order. And then once all this is done, you can get compensated. So you're not guaranteeing anything, right? Because there's no guarantee. But for the most part, this is going to go down. Like, this is reporting incorrectly. And we all know what happens, right? They're not going to fix it. They're not going to delete it. And when that happens, that's a good thing. And now the client, Mr. or Mrs. Client, now will get compensated once the case is closed. They will get compensated a minimum of $1,000 to $2,500. Now, mind you, let's reel it back for a second. This is not technically a credit repair client. They didn't pay you the $1,500. They didn't pay a down payment, but you still want to accept them as a client so you can now work on these violations, these discrepancies, because now that's going to benefit them. They're going to get a minimum of $1,000 to $2,500. So what do you think that client's going to do? They're going to be super happy. They're going to start referring you clients. And when they get paid, they didn't have money to start, but now they got paid $1,000 to $2,500. Guess what? Now they got money to pay you for your services. On top of that, let's not forget that you just got paid $400 for this client having what you see on the screen, an FCRA compliance or reporting issue / violation. Okay. So this is how you make money off of clients that can't afford your services. You can still help them. Now, the one thing you do have to make clear to the client is that, hey, we're not disputing every single negative item on your credit. We're only disputing what I call is the low-hanging fruit, because once this is deleted, number one, it's a permanent deletion, especially because we're going through the legal team, the law firms. And number two, we're also doing this because you get compensated and everybody's happy. Now, let me actually show you. I'm going to switch screens real quick. Let me show you how many violations. Like right now, I got 62 violations pending or flagged, as you see. Let's do the math on that, okay? Because I'm horrible at math. So let's do, if any of you guys are good at math, you could do 62 times 400. So 62 times 400, that is $24,800 in compensation, commission that I'm going to receive. Now I'm just building a pipeline of business, a pipeline of money that I'm going to be collecting over the next roughly 60 days. So, and the cool thing I like about the Credit Butterfly, that it tells you pretty much, you can kind of gauge on when you're going to get paid, which is awesome. And then you can see how it gives you a countdown, 32 days to go. Once that 32 days is done, it'll go down to 0, like these accounts. And then typically I will receive my $400 commission or more, because $400 is a minimum, but I'll receive that commission within the next 30 to 45 days after these accounts turn to 0. So you always can gauge when you're going to get paid. And also what I like about it is how much you're going to get paid. So on top of me charging, for example, a client that did pay for our services, they pay us $1,500 or whatever I charge them, right? On top of that, I'm getting paid an extra $400 as long as they have some red flags and some compliance issues. Guys, this is a great way to make money with your current clients that are paying you. And it's also a way for people who can afford your services. All you got to do is upload their credit report, check to see if they have a violation. And just to kind of give you an average, a real number realistically, I would say 30 to 40% of the people that you talk to, not even, again, remember, we're talking about clients and non-active or non-paying clients, right? About 30 to 40% of the people you talk to, Credit Butterfly will find the compliance issue where you can get compensated. If you're not doing this right now, this is going to change the industry. If you're not doing this right now, you're absolutely leaving money on the table. So listen, inside of the school community, I give you the information so that way you can add this to your arsenal of services. So now there's no excuse. You can help people that are actively paying you, and you can help people that can't afford your services. This is an absolute game changer. Do the math, guys. I mean, literally, I just did it for you. That's over $24,000 that I'm just waiting on collecting on top of the clients that are already paying me. So let's make this money. Merry Christmas. You're welcome. Let's get it.